World War III. The very phrase sends shivers down our spines, conjuring up images of unimaginable destruction and suffering. The complexities of modern warfare, with its intertwined alliances, advanced technologies, and devastating weapons, make forecasting the outcome of such a global clash a daunting task. Yet, we cannot shy away from contemplating the potential consequences of such a war. By examining the key players, their arsenals, and the potential battlefields, we can grasp the gravity of the situation and strive towards a future where diplomacy and peace prevail. The survival of our civilization might depend on our ability to avert this ultimate catastrophe. At the heart of any discussion about World War III lies the terrifying reality of nuclear weapons. Several nations possess these devastating weapons, capable of unleashing unimaginable destruction in an instant. The concept of mutually assured destruction, MAD, has long served as a deterrent to nuclear war. However, the MAD doctrine relies on rational actors and stable political environments, assumptions that may not hold in a rapidly escalating global conflict. The human cost of a nuclear exchange would be catastrophic. The continued existence of these weapons and the tensions between nuclear-armed states remind us of the fragility of peace and the importance of pursuing diplomatic solutions to international conflicts.
Military alliances are a complex web of agreements and obligations that could dramatically shape the course of a global conflict. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, a military alliance formed in 1949, stands as a prime example. In a hypothetical World War III scenario, NATO's involvement would likely be triggered if one of its members were attacked. This could draw numerous countries into the conflict, expanding the theater of war and escalating the violence. The role of non-aligned countries adds another layer of complexity. An isolated incident involving just two nations has the potential to draw in a multitude of others, transforming a regional conflict into a global conflagration.
Modern warfare extends far beyond traditional battlefields. Cyber warfare, utilizing digital attacks to disrupt and disable enemy infrastructure and communications, has emerged as a critical aspect of modern military strategy. Artificial intelligence, or AI, adds another dimension to this new era of warfare. AI-powered systems could be deployed to analyze vast amounts of data, identify targets, and even autonomously control weapon systems. The increasing integration of technology into warfare blurs the lines between the virtual and real worlds. This new era of warfare requires a fundamental shift in thinking, demanding that we address the ethical and strategic implications of these powerful technologies.
Beyond the immediate devastation of warfare lies the potential for a global economic catastrophe. The interconnectedness of the global economy means that a conflict involving major powers would have ripple effects felt worldwide. Supply chains, the intricate networks that move raw materials and finished products across the globe, would be severely disrupted. The economic fallout of a Third World War would be devastating, erasing decades of progress and plunging millions into poverty. The cost of war extends far beyond the battlefield, impacting livelihoods, well-being, and future prospects.
In the event of World War III, certain strategic locations and population centers would likely become primary targets. Military bases, command centers, and critical infrastructure, such as power grids and communication hubs, would be high on the list. Densely populated urban areas, unfortunately, could also become targets. The human cost of such attacks would be staggering, resulting in massive civilian casualties and widespread displacement. Control over key waterways, such as the Strait of Hormuz or the Suez Canal, would be fiercely contested, as these routes are vital for global trade and energy transportation. Predicting the outcome of World War III is a fool's errand. The sheer complexity of the scenario, with its countless variables and potential for unforeseen consequences, makes any attempt at forecasting highly speculative. The potential for miscalculation, unintended escalation, and the involvement of actors not initially involved adds to the unpredictability. A small-scale conflict could quickly spiral out of control, drawing in more nations and escalating into a wider conflagration. While predicting the specific outcome of such a war is impossible, understanding the potential consequences and the devastating human cost is crucial in guiding our actions towards preventing such a catastrophe.
In the aftermath of World War III, the world would be a vastly different place. The physical devastation would be immense, with entire cities reduced to rubble, landscapes scarred by conflict, and economies in ruins. The human cost of the war would be immeasurable. The survivors would face a bleak future, grappling with the psychological scars of war, the loss of loved ones, and the struggle to rebuild their lives in a shattered world. The world would be locked in a struggle for survival, with resources scarce, trust shattered, and the threat of further conflict looming large.
The devastation of World War III would leave a massive power vacuum on the global stage, altering the balance of power in ways previously unimaginable. The nations that once dominated the world order would find themselves weakened, their economies shattered, and their populations decimated, struggling to recover from the immense losses. This power vacuum would create an opening for new powers to emerge, potentially reshaping the geopolitical landscape for decades to come, as ambitious nations seize the opportunity to rise. The rise of new powers would likely lead to a period of instability and uncertainty as nations jostle for position and influence, each vying for dominance in the new world order. The collapse of the old guard and the emergence of new powers would redefine the geopolitical landscape, creating both opportunities and challenges for the future as humanity navigates this transformative era. Amidst the devastation and despair of a post-World War III world, the human spirit of survival and the desire to rebuild would flicker to life, even in the darkest of times. From the ashes of destruction, communities would emerge, banding together to share scarce resources, provide mutual support, and begin the arduous task of rebuilding their lives. Neighbors would become allies, and strangers would become friends, united by a common goal. The ingenuity and resilience of humanity would be put to the ultimate test, as survivors strive to create a semblance of normalcy in a world forever changed. Makeshift solutions and innovative ideas would become the new norm, showcasing the incredible adaptability of the human spirit. The rebuilding process would be long and arduous, requiring international cooperation on an unprecedented scale. Nations would need to set aside their differences and work together, pooling resources and expertise to rebuild a shattered world. The road to recovery would be fraught with obstacles, but the human spirit, with its capacity for resilience, innovation, and compassion, would offer a glimmer of hope in the darkness. Through collective effort and unwavering determination, humanity would find a way to rise again. The potential consequences of World War III are too dire to contemplate. The devastation it could bring is beyond our worst nightmares. The human cost, the environmental devastation, and the collapse of civilization as we know it paint a grim picture of a future we must strive to avoid. The scars left on humanity and the planet would be irreversible. The existence of nuclear weapons, the complex web of military alliances, the rapid advancement of technology, and the interconnectedness of the global economy all highlight the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of conflict in the 21st century. The stakes have never been higher, and the margin for error has never been smaller. The lessons of history, the devastation of past wars, and the unimaginable consequences of a Third World War should serve as a stark reminder of the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and peaceful resolution of conflict. We must learn from our past to secure a better future. It is up to us, the citizens of the world, to choose the path of peace, to work together to address our common challenges, and to create a future where the horrors of World War III remain a distant nightmare, a cautionary tale that reminds us of the importance of safeguarding our shared humanity. By fostering understanding, promoting dialogue, and embracing our common humanity, we can build a world where peace prevails and future generations can thrive in harmony.